Look at that little guy out there. Every morning he gets up and he barks at the world. He's not upset. Nothing is bothering him. But he just barks at the world. Little Debbie oatmeal cookie coffee. It's a plate that my grandmother used to have. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I remember when my mother broke it and how she cried. Hey everybody, thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi today. I hope you had a good week. And I had an interesting week. You know, there's never a dull moment in life, is there? I want to share with you what really matters to me. And along the way, I would just like to tell you a few personal things of why I feel the way I do. And then at the end of the video, I would so appreciate if you would share with me what matters to you the most at whatever your age. Whatever, you know, if you're in your 50s or 60s, 80s, what really matters to you right now? When I actually sat down and thought about it, I felt like a new woman.
That's one ugly snowman.
Did you say that's one ugly snowman?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, well, he's not too cute. I guess I'll just leave him here and hope he gets adopted. I think one of the things that surprises me so much is at this age that I'm at, well, I'll be 71 in January, vanity has kind of taken a back seat to every part of my life. Now, I like to look my best, and it's fun. The challenge of it all is fun. But my health is number one, and that's probably no surprise to anybody. But more importantly, suddenly, I really care about what I eat and whether it's healthy or not, or whether it's good for me. And I care about what I eat, I care about when I eat, and the last 7 weeks, I've lost 10 pounds. Now, granted, I had strep throat, and now I have a sinus infection. It's always something. But I enjoy eating more now than I ever have, and yet everything I eat now is healthy. And I had to cut out all these carbohydrates that I would eat at night. Now, the reason that I would gain weight, always, every time, it was exactly the same. Before I go to bed, I would always say, well, you know, I need a little something on my tummy, and, you know, that'll make me sleep. And that's true. Peanut butter is like Valium, you know, little peanut butter on some crackers, cheese. I'm a cracker freak. Anyway, I gave all that up. I can't eat before I go to bed. At dinner time, I allow myself some carbohydrates. I usually will cook a dinner that I really enjoy, but I keep the calories below 450 calories for my dinner right now. But I allow myself, you know, a snack of yogurt at night. Nothing is real strict other than I can't eat before I go to bed. But I take supplements for my eyes. I take supplements for, you know, energy like B12 and vitamin D. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is at this age, the number one thing I care about is my health. And I've tried to make it fun. I've tried to incorporate doing healthy things with having a better life. We all need to be inspired one way or another, and there is a channel called Sissy the German. I love her. I have followed her for over 10 years. She's like 25 years younger than I am. But she has really opened my eyes to eating healthier and showing me the difference that 25 pounds can make. And I've always dressed a little bit oversized. You know, my clothes are always oversized. And Sissy has, through a series of shorts, she's showed herself, you know, in baggy clothes and then in fitted clothes. Well, anyway, she's inspired me. And I wrote her the other day, I said, you know, I've only dropped about 10 pounds, but you really have inspired me. I will link her channel below, but she is a delight. Suddenly, when you get older, you can actually see people. You can see through people. It's so easy. When they start talking, you pretty much get a sense of, are they sincere? Are they real? Are they honest? Are they hurting? I spent my whole life loving to communicate. I wanted to be heard. I wrote songs. I wrote poetry, still do. But at this age, what's more important to me now than being heard is understanding and listening to other people and how they feel, in identifying what they might need. That's huge for me right now. Sometimes when I meet my neighbors or I meet new friends and they start talking about their life, I can tell by the things that they highlight, and I can tell by the things they leave out what has happened. And I want to be there for them. I want to make sure that I listen, because sometimes the most beautiful blessing you can give another person is to listen to them, to understand, and to let them know that you understood what they just said, and that somehow, some way you can relate to it. That's everything. And that's very, very important to me right now. Sometimes I see some creators, not in my niche, but sometimes on YouTube, I see creators that seem to have lost their way. Everything is preaching. They're contorting things in such a negative, scary way that I don't understand how that helps anybody. I've always felt that my calling truly was to communicate, but now my calling is to listen and to try to understand and to try to somehow bring like-minded people together, just to walk each other home.
I'll always remember that Muhammad Ali once said he doesn't want any coaching during a fight. All he needs to know between rounds is he winning or is he losing? Winning and losing is different when you get older. Every time I get up in the morning and I look out the window and I see the sky, whether there's sunshine or rain, it's a win. Every morning I wake up, it's a win.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I gravitate now towards people who care about me, like me, or love me. And that's it. And I've had to make some truly painful decisions on people who just didn't treat me all that well. Just took me for granted, or said cruel things. Very passive aggressive, like, you know, for a woman overweight, that dress looks good on you. You know, okay. Thanks. I just want to pass. And I think the most important thing for me right now is to be around people that want me around, that care about me. Let me just say this. When I am in a situation and I think I'm in a room with people that don't particularly see me or hear me or like me, it makes me feel bad. It makes me feel disconnected. It feels like, well, I go back to feeling like a little girl again, like, oh my gosh, I suddenly feel so shy. And no, I'm not going to do that anymore.
There's such a difference between the leaves of spring and the leaves of fall. The leaves of fall signal that winter's coming. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to survive, to nurture.
To be honest, I don't care that we're over. Been fine since you told me you don't love me anymore.
When I was younger, I got along to get along. I liked my girlfriends to tell me nice things. I just wanted everything to be pleasant. But now, at my age, I want truth. I want truth 100% of the time. And, I get truth from my friends and my family. They are not sycophants. They are like, oh, Sue, I love everything you say and I love everything you do. I mean, can you imagine? If you have friends that aren't telling you the truth, you can make a complete ass out of yourself and you never know if everybody is telling you how wonderful you are. One of the reasons I fell in love with you all so much is you tell me the truth. If I put a dress on and you don't like it, you'll say, I love you, Sue, but, that dress, let's try to go with a solid color. Or I don't like that belt. Or, oh my goodness, what did you do to your hair? Can you lighten it up a little? I mean, you're so cute. Not everything I say, not everything I do, and certainly not the things that I show you. It's not all wonderful, is it? And you're not afraid to say that to me. And I'm not going to get angry. I'm going to be grateful. Because you make me better. Because you're honest with me. Another thing that's so precious to me is I need something to depend on me. I need something that without me, they would die, like a beautiful plant or a lovely, adorable pet, my baby Desi. Without me, he'd die. My plants, if I didn't water them, they would die. The grass, the trees. I need something that depends on me to live. And I think that's so important. I mean, I'm not talking about, a country or a city, but I'm talking about something that I feel it's depending on me to come through. And I need that. I need that feeling of loving something enough to sacrifice my time so they can survive.
I've had a few male friends where, 20, 30 messages a day, every day. It started to take the place of a real relationship, and I think it held me back. And I think it held them back. So I had to make some real changes. You just can't pretend to have a relationship. You have to invest in it. And if you can't invest in it, if you can't commit to it, then I think you should let it go.
Sometimes if I do a fashion video or a makeup video, a hair video, I need to do a hair video just because so many people have been asking me about my hair. And if I do a video about my hair, you're just going to be so terribly disappointed, but I'm doing it anyway. But anyway, some people will say, I'm done with that. I don't care what my face looks like. I'm not getting off the couch. I haven't bought lipstick in 20 years and I don't care. And that's fine. That works for you. But for me, staying in touch with painting my nails and doing my hair and trying new makeup and all of that, doing my little sit-ups and all of that keeps me connected to the woman that I have always been. Caring about her appearance. My mother instilled that in me when I was very young. Look like a nice young lady. All right, so now I'm trying to look like a nice, mature woman. And it keeps me connected to the world I've always known as a woman. That's why I do it, because when there was the pandemic, I was so depressed. And I remember going, a few days, I didn't wear any makeup, I didn't comb my hair. I was doing nothing. I was so depressed. I had just broken up with a man I had been dating, and I felt so sad over that. Okay, long story short, too late. I was a mess. And the more I neglected my personal appearance, the worse I felt, and the more disconnected I felt from, well, I'm a whole new woman, I'm a wreck, so I can't go down that road. So when someone says, why bother, right? Why bother? Why not? Why not bother? I've done this all my life. Why bother brush your teeth? Because it's healthy, and it makes me feel good.
If I could buy a house with my grief, it would be a mansion.
I just have to keep stress out of my life. When I am faced with a stressful situation, I take a deep breath and I say to myself internally, not out loud, but internally, I will say, this is going to pass. This is just for the moment. This will pass. Take a breath, calm down. It's as if I just don't allow myself to get my whole body and mind into that swirling tornado of a panic attack. That can't happen anymore. It's like, whew, this is going to pass. Let's think this through. Let's keep a steady mood. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay because it's always okay. It's never as bad as you think. It's self-nurturing. That's all it is. It's self-nurturing. But the most important thing I say to myself is, this is just momentary. Give it a few minutes. It's going to be okay. That helps with anger. It helps with depression. It helps with panic. It helps with bad news. It helps with a bad hair day. You got to trust me on this. I am no longer allowed to insult myself. I'm sorry, but that just will not do. I am not going to start sentences like, well, back in my day, or, I'm just an old lady. What do I know? Or, what would you do? If I was your great-grandmother, would you sell me that roof? No. I had a beautiful, lovely gentleman. He was 50 years old, and he asked me out about 3 weeks ago. And you know what I said to him? I said, oh my goodness, I'm too old for you. And he said, well, how old are you? And I told him. And he said, what does it matter? I find you captivating. I would just like to go have dinner. And I said, no, you're younger than my son, which was true. I could have said no. I'm not disputing the decision I made by not going out on the date. What I am disputing is how I did it. Like, oh no, there's something wrong with me. So, in other words, I can't accept your lovely invitation. He wasn't asking me to marry him. He was asking me to go out to dinner. And yet I just shut the door like, what's wrong with you? I'm 20 years older than you are. What's wrong with you? By the way, have you seen Cher's boyfriend?
Oh my goodness, Wyatt, where do we live?
Yep, that one's from Wyatt.
Right in here,
That's where we live?
Michigan.
Okay. Where are you going to live when you grow up?
In this city? I knew it. Or...
Oh, wow.
You going to live in Arizona?
Oh,
Well, that'll be a good idea. Maybe I've looked at this grief thing all wrong. I looked at grief as something perhaps to get over, but you never really do get over it, do you? You just take it and you use it, and you use all that energy and you put it into something good, something living, something that you do, something that your loved one would want you to do.
What do I struggle with the most after all this time? After everything that happened to me 15 years ago, what do I still struggle with? And I'll tell you, I'll be really honest with you. It's grief. I still battle grief over my husband, Bill. And I had a fever, not a real high one, but it was 101, and I'm at my desk, and, I was working for the HSN thing, and I'm typing away. And then somebody sent me an email with this Christmas animation that I just love, and I hadn't seen it in 20 years. And as soon as I saw that animation, I just flashed back. I flashed back to Grand Street where Bill and I, moved in as honeymooners. And I flashed back on that animation and Bill standing in the hallway, and it was Christmas time, and he had presents for me that he had picked up that day, little bears that I collected. And I just started just crying and crying and crying. I just missed him so much. I missed the life we had. I missed all that affection and love and understanding that we had for each other. We had this special, amazing bond for years. I wanted, when I was away doing something, I would kick people out of my car just so I could get back to my husband. And I'd been with him for over a decade, and I still wanted to run back home to be with him. And I realized, I'd had this amazing flashback. And I knew I had to be careful about that. I told you, that I don't cry anymore. I don't cry in the morning, and I don't. There are things that have gotten so much better. But still, there's the grief. I don't have any grief that, I didn't meet anybody, and I never got remarried, and I never felt. The best part of my dates in the last 10 years is when they went home. That's just the reality of it. Why, Desi even peed on one guy's shoe. He disliked him so bad. How can there still be grief after all these years? And before my husband passed away, he also went right back to that time we were on this street called Grand Street. It was the happiest we ever were. And he would always go back to that. I know so many of you will understand. There's so many of us right now that grieve over children or parents or a spouse. So I know you understand. And I've thought about it. Well, maybe I should seek therapy. But I think at times that might just make it worse. That somehow, some way, 99% of the time, I'm happy and I'm content and I'm busy. But I think around Thanksgiving and Christmas time, it's tough. It's still tough. That's what I struggle with. How about you?
That means I'll find a better you someday. To be honest, I don't miss you.
There you go, Mom. This one's for you.
To be honest, I don't miss you.
Every morning I wake up. It's a win.
To be honest, I don't miss you. But I'm lying to myself, 'cause the truth is I still need you. You're one in a million. Let me
person that you loved, they never really go away. All that love becomes a part of you, and you carry that through with you the rest of your life. Just get up every day and bark at the world. No matter what, just bark at the world.
To be honest, I miss you. To be honest, I miss you.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I really enjoyed the video today very much, and if you get a chance down below, could you share with all of us what matters to you? What is it that matters to you the most at the age that you're at right now? Please have yourself a happy, safe, brand new week, and when you're done with your week, come back and see me and Desi, okay? Which hopefully we'll have matching outfits next time. We love you. We'll see you next week.